My name's Linda Vine, and for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm a fine artist based in West Sussex. About once a year I go to visit Cornwall, and I've done many vlogs about my trips there. This particular day I visited St Mawes. I decided to have a little treat and called in at the Hotel Trisanton, which was designed by Olga Polizzi, the mother of Alex Polizzi, the hotel inspector. It was a lovely, well-designed hotel and very elegant. I sat outside and decided to order a delicious crab sandwich. I'd eaten about half of my sandwich before there was a loud clatter, which gave me quite a shock, although the people around me said I didn't flinch. A very large seagull swooped down from above and landed on my plate, grabbing the rest of my sandwich. All I remember is that it had a dodgy leg and made a very loud noise. The seagull obviously thought it was more entitled to the crab sandwich than I was. My husband maintains it was for him and was on the way to West Sussex. But I believe the same seagull swooped down overhead as I was walking into the centre of St Mawes. I recognise that leg. The staff were quick to come over and see if I was okay and offered me another sandwich, to which I declined. However, they did bring me a plate of delicious biscuits as compensation and to make up for that unfortunate incident. However, one piece of advice that I would give: if you do sit outside, make sure the umbrella is up over your table to prevent this type of event happening, or just sit inside. The seagulls are very brazen in Cornwall and can often pinch people's ice creams and other food out of the poor unsuspecting tourists' hands as they walk down the street, and it's particularly alarming for small children, so be warned. Whilst I was in St Mawes, I discovered there were many lovely galleries, some more obvious than others, tucked away off the beaten track. The first gallery I visited was the Waterside Gallery, located on the main street into St Mawes, walking from the castle towards the harbour. It's filled with contemporary paintings, jewellery, glassware, ceramics, pewter and woodwork from talented artists and designers from Cornwall and the UK. The gallery was established 30 years ago. I then went on to the Tregony Contemporary and was warmly welcomed by my new furry friend, who seemed desperate for a tummy tickle. This gallery had some wonderful contemporary paintings. As you can see, there is so much talent around. It was founded in 2015 by gallery directors Brian and Judy Green and is an artist-run gallery. After 9 successful years in the ancient village of Tregony, the gallery moved to St Mawes in 2024, expanding its space and further cementing its reputation as one of Cornwall's most distinctive art destinations. I then went to the Square Gallery, absolutely bursting at the seams with every shape and size painting you can imagine. It's actually quite overwhelming at first, but the more I looked, the more I saw how much wonderful work was in this gallery. It was like buried treasure that you might have to search for, but you will surely find. It's a wonderful gallery that you could spend a very long time in and well worth a visit. After walking around St Mawes, I made my way to St Just-in-Roseland. I drove straight down to the car park located by the church, and I spotted a lovely little cafe opposite. I did feel it necessary to partake of a scone, jam and cream. It was a quaint place with seating indoors and out. The scone, jam and cream certainly lived up to its reputation. Lots of winding paths lead down to the church and creek. They're surrounded by magnificent trees, tropical plants, flowers and shrubs. It was described by the English poet John Betjeman as the most beautiful churchyard on earth. The current church building dates from the 13th century, but it stands on the site of a 6th century Celtic chapel. It was so peaceful the day I visited. Unfortunately, the tide was out, and although I wanted to return when the tide was in, I ran out of time before the end of my trip. And this is important to consider the tidal times as an artist, not only for safety reasons, but also to get the best views and reference for future work. I will definitely consider this more carefully before visiting next time. I could have spent hours in this place, but as with many other times, I had so much to fit in over 4 days. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Next time I'll be catching up on what I've been up to recently and why I've been a little quieter online. I'll fill you in on what's been going on and where I've been. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time and hope that you've enjoyed your time here. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so by following the link at the top of the video description. Or if you'd like to purchase any of my paintings, prints or cards, you can visit my website lindavineart.co.uk. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.